Okay, is it rolling?
Yeah, we're rolling.
But you really score on the shitty beer pour?
Yeah.
So like, maybe the thing to do would be to like, fucking crack this bitch. Nope, that's not gonna do it.
Yeah, that's, oof.
Yeah, so apparently that doesn't work. Like, way more interesting. Okay, now for the official beer score. Are you rolling on the close-up? Look at that. Oh, it pours so nice. PBR is good stuff. I used to be an investment banker and quit my job to play with cars. So now I race cars, I build cars, I play with cars, I write about cars, I shoot video about cars, I go on vacations with cars. Basically, like, cars are my life. Probably my $500 WRC Mexico story that Jalopnik ran in March 2010. First amateur to run the WRC without an FIA license, without an FIA homologated car, and without a team, crew, or mechanics. Basically, all my friends told me the WRC would never let me race, and none of them wanted to take vacation time to tow all the way down to Mexico with me, so I had to go solo and make it work. I was working in finance in Chicago, and I was playing chess on the waterfront after work against the homeless guys, and one day a guy actually hit a crack pipe while playing me in chess and beat me in a 5-minute round of speed chess, and I got really pissed off.
Game of chess is like a sword fight.
So I went to the bookstore and I started reading books about chess, and then I came across the automotive section and I found a Chilton manual. And I had an old BMW from college that lost the timing belt and the motor blew up. And I bought the Chilton manual. It was the second chapter, is how to change the engine. So I went to Sears and I bought like $100 worth of tools. I bought the book, I towed the car home, and I swapped the engine. The $500 car started because I actually made a horrible mistake. Sam Smith, who's now the editor of Road and Track magazine, called me and convinced me to run a tarmac rally in my E30 M3. An E30 M3, the Euro S50 B32, like 18 pistons on my brakes. So overbuilt for a rally, and it was so expensive, carbon everything. Like, other rally drivers are like, what are you doing, dude? You can't run this. I'm like, hey, what do you mean? I just keep it on the road. Sure enough, 2 stages in, I lost control at close to 100 miles an hour, nearly totaled the thing. But when you look at an E30 and an E30 M3, they're basically the exact same car. We decided to go find a $500 E30 to start learning to drive sideways on gravel with, because clearly I didn't know what I was doing. So, oh yeah, it's carbonated beer. Am I allowed to drink between stories? That is like seriously not gonna last. I ran Ojibwe Forest, I ran Rally Colorado, and my 3rd gravel rally I finished 1st overall in 2-wheel drive with a M42, same engine that's in your $350 shit car. So I thought I was like really badass at that point. That 3rd rally, man, we were hustling, and at 2 in the morning the car caught fire going into the final stage control. The motor broken loose from the engine mounts and was rattling around, and you could feel the motor hitting the firewall, and you could feel the motor hitting like the frame rails. It was totally unconnected. I'm freaking out trying to get the time card from the guy, like, give us a goddamn time card. We sign the thing, we get right out of the control, the car catches fire and shuts down. So I run out to the street, I find a pickup truck, I flag them down and flat tow us an hour into town. I get back, turns out the frame rail's cracked in like 3 places, and it's snowing. And it's 3 in the morning, we don't have a welder, and we're in a parking lot outside like a motel. We call it a night. I wake up at like 5 in the morning and I check the times, and we're like 20 seconds out of first place. So I quietly go downstairs and I find a way to stick the motor in the car. So I put a ratchet strap across the top and then pushed the motor and it swung a little bit. So I wrapped another one around the front. We go into the final stage in 3rd place, but the first guy and second guy are seconds off of each other. So they go tearing off down the stage. First guy crashes, second guy crashes before he gets to the first guy. We realize we're in first if we just finish. So we just take it easy the rest of the stage. We finish in first place, we spray the champagne, we pop the hood, and I've got a motor swinging under the engine bay. I left some stuff out. So we're in the garage and I'm like, What is the biggest race a kid can enter in North America from his mom's garage? You can't enter the Indy 500, you can't run NASCAR. And then on the TV, we're watching the end of WRC Sweden, and they're like, next month we're going to Guanajuato, Mexico. And I'm like, guys, I can tow to Mexico. They've got to have a regional rally like we do in the States. And I start looking up, and sure enough, I find there's this Rally America class, and I got it in my head I was gonna go, and my friends basically had an intervention. They're like, dude, you cannot race with Petter Solberg. Your car costs $500. Like, you don't have an FIA license. And that actually, I think, got me more determined to go. Because like, I truly believe that like, if you take the time to learn and you put in the hard work, you kind of can do anything. Drink a beer. That's a tough one. I get asked that a lot, actually. I think I like the building, but I love racing. I love rally racing. I love the adventure. But if you said I could only drive on racetracks, I think I'd totally only build. Oh yeah, we gotta finish this one, sorry. Thanks, guys. And then the third one, the party for me, that's just, that's like, it doesn't even have to involve booze. It's like the celebration of cars. We got so many more stories to tell. I'm not letting you guys get any work done. I'm gonna go piss again. I noticed your guys' cooler was a little small, so I like went in and kind of like reloaded us. We're gonna be here for a while. You guys do know that, right? Like there's a lot of stuff to cover. Holy shit. You know, in fairness, I faintly remember Hoonigan threw their launch party in Vegas, and like I helped to destroy the hotel room, and there's actually a lot of damages probably still on Scotto's credit card, which I feel pretty bad about. I did break the bed, and it was like one of those special beds that like Vegas builds. So it was like, it wasn't a king, it was like 3 kings. It was like 20 feet by 20 feet, or at least that's what my drunken memory was. I don't know if I started it, I don't know who started, but next thing you know, we're all bouncing on this bed like a trampoline, and on one of the downs, all the legs blew off, and the thing collapsed to the floor, and the sides came down, the mattress fell to the ground, and...
When I came to, the general back alley ambience of the suite was so rotten, so incredibly foul.
I love Jeremy Renner. Like, such a good dude. I can't say that about a lot of the people I've met in Hollywood. I can say Renner is the real deal. When the Jalopnik story hit, like 15 people reached out to buy my life rights in Hollywood. But they all kind of sucked. Every guy that I met reminded me of my old finance career. There's nothing wrong with those guys, the new world should be fun. And my last meeting of the week, and I get down there and there's Jeremy Renner, like from the town, the Hurt Locker, SWAT. I love SWAT. I absolutely love SWAT. We sat down, I told my entire story, it took like 3-4 hours. We go through the whole thing, and then Jeremy's like, yo, Caswell, you wanna go drinking? At the end of the story, and I'm like, what's going on? He's like, dude, my buddy's like playing at the House of Blues, Steel Panthers, you wanna go? I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right, I gotta shower, I'll be back in like 15 minutes, meet me out front, like we're late. Going out drinking with Renner that night was like life-changing, because we go up to the House of Blues, the line's what, 50, 100 people long, and we get in line. He's like, I showed up as a regular dude here. I had to wait in line for years. Now that I'm a celebrity, no way I'm cutting all these people's lines. I can wait just like everyone else. We go inside, we go up to the bar, he turns to me, he's like, what do you want to drink? And I'm like, whatever you're drinking. Turns around, hands me like a stadium cup of Stella and like 10 ounces of scotch on the rocks. And he goes, here you go, dude. I fucking hate waiting in line. And I'm like, wait, what? He goes, yeah, dude, I hate waiting in line more than anything. But I do it every time I come to remind myself where I came from. The other thing to keep in mind, when I met him, he had a Porsche 914 with a Chevy 350 in the back that he had to keep taking to the shop because it was doing wheel stands and ripping the motor out of the 914. So any actor that's rocking a V8 swapped 914 as their daily driver, kind of all right by me. Yeah. The first year we went down to WRC Mexico, we did a lot of things wrong. We didn't follow the rules of the cartels. Like when you're in the border towns, you're in the cartel zone control, you follow their rules, no exceptions. And that means being in bed by curfew, not being out on the streets. And we tried to cross into Nuevo Laredo at 11 at night. We got like 5 blocks from the border maybe, and the car in front of us turned sideways, blocked the road, thank God. 30 guys came out of the Rio with AKs, running up the road, shooting fire, and then the building started returning fire. We were like direct in the blast. I'm like, fuck it, we're in a machine gun fight. So I'm doing like 10, 20 reverse, whipping the wheel, trying to snake the trailer down the middle, clip the wall, bent up the back of my trailer, forward a foot, in reverse, machine gun fire. Explosions started happening, grenade launchers. Fucking pull the pin on the trailer, let's get out of here. We literally pulled into the US border side and the guys were laughing at us. Wait, beer.
I like this guy.
I fucking hate the forums. I mean, I really don't do like anything with the forums, but every so often I need like a wiring diagram or something like that, and I go in there and I've got to go through fucking like 12 pages just to get to a description of the C101 connector. Oh, do you want the sexy little like? Okay, so what do we got? Oh yeah, dude, the forums suck. I don't know, I kind of like the internet. Like, I don't know, the internet in a lot of ways allowed me to change my life. Oh, like the radio voice? Like, yeah, no, this is just me. It's just Caswell. Sawzall? Now, you know what, it used to be the plasma cutter, but like lately, like the plasma cutter's caused a lot of fires. Like if I could be a superhero, I think one hand would be like a plasma cutter and the other hand would be a Sawzall, you know? Pancakes. Wait, depends. If I just get pancakes or waffles, I'd rather have the waffles. If I can wrap my pancakes around sausages and dip them in syrup, I'd rather the pigs in the blanket. If I got plain pancakes, I can get waffles with bacon bits in them, then I'd rather have the waffles. Basically, whichever one's got more pork. Cake pops. The f is a cake pop?
Well, the cake pops look so beautiful and delicious with these rainbow little sprinkles on them.
If I see you eating a fucking cake pop, I'm gonna slap you. Cake pop? Baja. Old school rally. I think old school rally might be better than Baja. But the new rally, it's a lot softer, man. Like, all the hard rallies are gone. Baja is the last of the point-to-point races. Baja is the last place you can run 150 miles an hour through a town. Friday, you cross the start line, and you're racing for the next 2 days. Jumps that are over 100 feet long, like fire pits, booby traps. You're wearing a catheter. Show me another race where you pull a condom onto you to piss in so you don't lose time during the race. Bathroom break. God damn it, guys. My favorite make of car? Like, but it changes, right? Here we go! So my favorite make of car has changed over the years. I grew up with BMWs. An E30 was the first car I chose, and when I learned to work on cars, I learned to work on BMWs. And guys, after my whole world blew up, a bunch of senior people in BMW tried to connect me with the marketing department. We talked about trying to do an ad together. We talked about me trying to rally certified pre-owned cars to show how strong they were. BMW outright told me that I'd be far better off getting their marketing dollars if I was into golfing or yachting. But the fact that I actually used their cars to do great things wasn't worthy of marketing dollars. I wouldn't buy another car from them or a new car in a dealer. I wouldn't give them $1 of my profits. Sorry, BMW, but you guys suck. With that in mind, who's my favorite brand? Look at what Ford's doing. Now I think I love Subaru. Like, look at what they're doing with their time attack stuff, like Isle of Man records. They sent a car down an ice bobsled course. Like, they carved a bobsled course for a car and sent a car down. Subaru's a cool company, you know? I think Porsche is probably my favorite right now. Their street cars are amazing. They have a club ladder racing program from like autocross all the way to Le Mans. What other car manufacturers offer that for their customers? So like, you know, best car company, Ford. Best performance car company, Porsche. Best enthusiast car company, Subaru. Sorry guys, I talk a lot. Smart. I actually almost texted you guys to be like, make sure you have a dozen cold. I mean, dude, I can fucking pour beers, but isn't it like so much more fun just to like take a knife out and just fucking stab them? Like, the answer to that has always been the 24 hours of the Nürburgring. Le Mans never really did it for me. It did before the pit speed limits and the chicanes. When there were no chicanes at Le Mans, there were no pit speed limits, like that was a dirty, dirty race. Like, would love to have done that. But with it's like, now the circus is bigger than the race. Like hail comes in, the cars can't even get up hills. Like the rain in the middle of the night, there's nothing like that on the planet. Like it's so dark on the backside of that track. And the rain comes down, dude, it takes all the moonlight and starlight away. You can't even use your headlights. That is a race for drivers. This is it? Wait, fuck that. I'm gonna drink some more, really? I drank all your cold beer. Like you guys are out of cold beer. You guys really have no more cold beer? You got a warm one?
That's it.
I still want more beer.